Hey, it's Soleil, and this is episode 10 of the Red Pilled Orange Pill Investor. And the big news for today is that it seems like the Bitcoin ETF was approved. Uh, I don't necessarily know that Bitcoin has pumped much. Maybe it's mostly priced in, and but it'll be interesting to see what happens on the open tomorrow. And there's this tweet from Unusual Whales. And I think they said that these were going to be available to trade tomorrow. Um, I'll have to double check on that, but I will be looking for these tickers on the open tomorrow just to see what's happening. I mean, there could be some halted trading even if some of the stuff gaps up sharply. But I want to caution though, because I think this guy deleted his account on YouTube, but it was Quickfingers Luke, and he had a way of trading crypto. He was definitely a trader. He was a converted penny stock trader. And what he would basically do, this is a little bit too much chart to look at, but he would look at it about a month chart. So if you do a 3-month chart, but then you just look at a month of it, but I'm not really getting, this is Robinhood. So it's not really a good trading view. But what he would do is he would just find support here. So there's tons of support at 25, 25, 25. So really, there's a lot of support for 25. And then even right here, there's a lot of support for 34. And then there's a big gap up from 38. And then there's a bunch of, it's testing 40, testing 40. It's tested 41, 42, 43 a couple of times. And so the next time Bitcoin retreats, generally what it does is it seems to break harshly past its, it can go the one of two ways. But the method that he was trading is when it sharply gaps below recent support. So let's just call 40,000 the most recent support. If what he would do is if it went 20% below that, so like 8K below that. So if it dropped to 32, that's when he would really buy heavy. And so when it would gap below this support, then it would find the next resistance, so like 34, and maybe even crash to 30-ish. So he would put like, okay, he'll take a nibble at like 32, and then a big chunk at, bigger chunks at 31 or 30 or whatever. And then what he noticed is that once it would reach this most recent support, or how far ever it went down, then it would gap up to support again, and he would just make kind of a quick buck off of that. So the only reason that I'm mentioning it is that Bitcoin is still pretty volatile, and at any time, for any reason, it can just crash below what seems to be like support. You get a bunch of confidence that it's testing these support lines, and it can crash 20% below any of these. And when it does, his thing was that that's an excellent buying opportunity. And then once it gaps back up again, then you can make a sale and wait for the next crash. So it's going to be interesting to see if there's a pump because of the announcement, or whether it was all priced in and now there's going to, Bitcoin retreat some. I definitely wouldn't be surprised if a lot of these just gap up sharply on their opens, depending on what Bitcoin does, I suppose. But I will be checking all these out. HODL has got to be the best ticker. That is brilliant. Whoever jumped on that one the fastest. Did an amazing job with the ticker. So I really don't think that this just kind of like opens the door for it to pump, but I don't think it's like, oh, it's just going to pump tomorrow. This seems to be like, okay, institutional money will start trickling in, and then it'll start pouring in. So this bull market could be one for the ages. What did we hit? 67-ish, I think, last time. So it's exciting no matter what, whether it pumps tomorrow or not on the open. All these tickers and MicroStrategy and the other mining stocks. I'm still a believer long term, and I guess me selling covered calls every week is like it's short-term strategy for a long-term position. I don't know if that's a good way to look at it or not, but I will continue to sell covered calls in MSTR, Mara, Riot, HUT, potentially if liquidity gets better on HUT. That's the other thing that I'll be interested to note is which of these end up with the best liquidity. But I would imagine there's going to be a lot of apprehension around all of these new tickers. So which should be good. There should be some good premium to be had. I'm hoping there's weekly options, but I'm not sure if those will be set up right away. But yeah, I'll be looking to add, a couple of these if they look fun to trade and there's good premium to get out of them. I will definitely be checking them out. So I'm excited, and this is a huge win for Bitcoin. It's a huge, I guess the SEC has bestowed a level of legitimacy that will allow people who were on the fence to start investing, and lots of financial managers will be able to start having their clients put part of their portfolios in these. So can't wait to see what happens. All right, that's it for now. That'll be good.